No recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Books, beauty products, science, fashion, and glam talk. From Bollywood to Hollywood, it's Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on W4WN Radio, the Women for Women Network. And here's your host, international speaker, educator, award-winning entrepreneur, and best-selling author, Dr. Afshan N. Hashmi.
Hello, listeners around the globe. This is your loving host, Dr. Afshan Hashmi, live today from the Florida studio of W4WN Radio and Talk 4 TV. And friends, this program is syndicated worldwide to more than 300 million listeners. So if you give me a sponsorship, your products will be highly popular. And before going to the sponsorship movie, I wanted to remind you that please go and buy these two books and give me an honest review. These two books were Amazon bestsellers, and also like this one, the first one was hot number one new release, and this one was Amazon seller both in US and India, and this one was Amazon seller in US. And soon this one I am trying to look sorting out which agents to go with, and this will be made into a movie or a web series, once the I decide which agents to go and how to go about it. So just wanted to say that. And today there is a very special program, Sir Syed Day. You would be wondering in the Western world that who is Sir Syed. Sir Syed was the founder of my alma mater in Aligarh Muslim University, and I studied there my from pre-university till PhD before coming to United States of America. And then here I went to University of Maryland and Johns Hopkins University. Having said that, friends, today I will be talking about Sir Syed from books and traditions. So I will be telling you a little bit about Sir Syed, who was Sir Syed, and his birthday was on 17th October. That's why I choose this date of October 20. And before I start the program, I want to tell you that yesterday was a big crisis with a family member of mine, and I was very nervous, and I had to take that family member to emergency, and while the doctors were looking at him and analyzing him, I was in the emergency room of a hospital. uh, I was so lost, and then I sent a text to three of my very close friends, and you won't believe that in this COVID they came running, and they all are from the same alma mater, Aligarh Muslim University. So yesterday was like the Aligarh Muslim University, how people are taught there in Aligarh Muslim University to help each other, and that's what was there. And I want to give a big shout out to them. The first one is Dr. Abdullah, who's a very senior Alig and from Aligarh Muslim University, and he is friends with my parents, and I know him through that. The second one is my husband's friend, Dr. Rafat Hussain, and his lovely wife Afreen Hussain, and the third one is Dr. Aftab Ansari and his wife Dr. Hashma Hassan. And Dr. Hashma Hassan, I'm very proud to say that she works for NASA in the Hubble telescope. So there is an Aligs are spread all around the world, and there are 90 countries in which Aligs are spread, and it is like their network of is very very strong, and there are millions of Aligs around the world. And I want to wish every Alig and well wisher of Aligarh Muslim University happy Sir Syed Day. Having said that, friends, now before we start the program and reading, I will ask Jason, my sound engineer, to please play the sponsorship video. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Afshan Hashmi live from Auburn in Virginia, and I just wanted to say for my W4WN radio and Talk 4 TV, I request everyone who is listening to please give sponsorships if you want these shows to continue, because this show is syndicated worldwide to more than 300 million listeners. So if you give me sponsorship, your product will be promoted to more than 300 million listeners around the globe. And I wanted to tell you that to make these kind of shows, it requires a lot of money and energy. So I just want to request a sponsorship, and cheers and bye bye. So now, friends, let's just start. What is Sir Syed Day? Because time is a factor in this program. It is only of 50 minutes, so we have to rush and have to cover a lot. So I'm trying to educate Western world and everyone about Sir Syed, because I used to read about Sir Syed since childhood. So now, friends, it is from this book, and it says Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, a biographical sketch. Syed Ahmad was born in an aristocratic family at Delhi on October 17, 1817. His ancestors, who belonged to Herat, a well known city of Afghanistan, migrated to India during the reign of Akbar the Great, 1556 to 1605, and took services under the Mughals. By virtue of their fidelity to the Mughal rulers, they enjoyed responsible positions under them. Sayyad's grandfather, Sayyid Hadi, was given the title of Jawad Ali Khan in 1754, along with the mansab of 1,000 zats and 500 sawars by the Mughal king Alamgir II. So this is little bit about his biographical sketch. So I'm going to read little bit from here. Sayyid Ahmad's maternal grandfather, Khwaja Fariduddin Ahmad, 1747 to 1828, was a man of great caliber. Well versed in mathematics, he wrote many brochures on the subject. Most of them were lost during the revolt of 1857, but three of these papers, written in his own hand, were found with Khalifas Sayyid Muhammad Hassan Khan, Chief Minister of Patiala, and were placed in the library of Madrasat ul Oman in Aligarh. Khwaja Farid visited Lucknow during the reign of Nawab Asuddin Daulah, but he returned from there after 3 years. He again went to Lucknow in 1798. Soon after his arrival, Asuddin Daulah died and was succeeded by Sadat Ali Khan. At that time, a superintendent was needed for the Calcutta Madrasa founded by the government. His name was recommended for it, and he was appointed there on a salary of rupees 700 per month. Besides being a mathematician, he was an excellent administrator and a diplomat. Aligarh movement in formative phase. This is chapter 3 from the book. As mentioned in the preceding page, Sayyid Ahmad had ample opportunity of witnessing the horror of the Great Revolt of 1857. The destruction of the Muslim families was so great that there was no visible sign of their recovery. The British government took retaliatory steps, and the Muslims were under heavy cloud. Sayyid says that there was no atrocity committed then of which the blame was not imputed to the Mohammedans, although the parties really guilty may have been rammed in and martyred in. So this was little bit about Aligarh movement in formative phase, and then Syed, on his occasion, made a long but remarkable speech to that assembly of leading Europeans and Indian nobles. So, this is one book, and this book you can find in Aligarh Muslim University, and that's from their publication division, and that's from where that I got this book. Now, there are. I was mentioning you that these are the books of my grandfather here, and my grandfather was Professor Abdul Alim, a renowned freedom fighter, and he was founder of Arabic department in Aligarh Muslim University, and he was also former VC. And I love my grandpa, and if he would be so happy if he would be listening in heaven, and my parents and my younger brother that who was autistic, that I'm talking about Aligarh Muslim University. And Aligarh Muslim University is in my blood, and there is a whole network, as I said. So having said that, friends, now let me talk to you, but I want to take a break, and then we will come and see some more films. So can you please go on break, Jason?
Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talkformedia.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
Chapter 2: How Jugaad leads to multi-sector success stories in India, including definitions of the Jugaad management principle business model. Of the book The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. Inspiration: True Jugaad is an inspiration on how to create products using technology that meet the price-value equation. According to a Harvard Business Review article featuring expert Prahlad and Mashelkar, most innovation programs are built on the assumptions of affluence and abundance. We see the rich and the young in both the developed and the developing countries demanding environmental friendly products and services. They also believe that affordability and sustainability are crucial to driving successful business today. New technologies and radical business models are important not only to penetrate mass markets in India but in the entire world. By reconfiguring all areas of the business structure, they will pull.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. OMG, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now! The world is depending on you.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
So now there is another book on my Kindle, Oxford of the East, Aligarh Muslim University, 1920 to 2020, Centenary Commemorative Volume. So this is, and it is editors Juhi Gupta and Abdul Rahim Qadwai. And this is also, Aligarh is known as the Oxford of the East, Aligarh Muslim University, because Sir Syed had gone to Oxford to know their way of teaching, and he brought that teaching, when he thought that he will form Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, and after his death it changed into Aligarh Muslim University. Having said that, friends, so this is like a good book, to read, and I have it on my Kindle. So, introduction. The first article by Ambar H. Abbas, Masculinity and the Muslim University in the 1940s, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's central idea, according to the article, is also about promoting Muslim manhood among the students along with imparting modern Western education. So this is the little bit, and I'm just reading little bit because there is a time constraint here, and I have to cover a lot in this. And then the second book is about Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. And this one, there is interpretations of educational vision of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan in the 21st century. And this is the book by Muhammad Alam, Interpreting Educational Vision of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan in the 21st Century by Universal Book House in Aligarh. And I have lot of memories because that was the book house we used to go and buy books. So, I want to give a big shout out to uncle who was the owner of Universal Book House. And it is still there in Aligarh. Preface. Among the works of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, the Aligarh movement has its special status. This was not just a movement, but more than that, it was for reconstruction of power of Indian Muslims by restructuring their social, political, economic, and religious lives with the help of modern education. So here it is. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a rational thinker. He was an educationist and a social reformer. Much has been written on his social reform. So, this is the book, and many people don't know about this book. So, I wanted to highlight this book. Then, the second one is A Quick Tour in the Life of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. And this is Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's, this is his photograph. And I have a big photograph downstairs in my living room where my father's photograph is there and President Trump's photograph is there. So all three people, of course, Professor Abdul Majid Siddiqui was my father, but President Trump and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan also, I believe that they are like my father. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said about Sir Syed that Sir Syed was an ardent reformer and he wanted to reconcile modern scientific thought with religion by rationalistic interpretation and not by attacking basic belief. So this is here, and then this is a good book. And now we have to cover some recipes, and then yeah, I have to remind you, this is a very good book. I have done this book many times in my show, and so I just wanted to show you that. Then there is another book on Aligarh moment, and I have done with this book also a lot in the show. Then there is my grandfather's book, about someone wrote about my grandfather, and there are many books on him. And then what I wanted to do, that Aligarh was famous for Urdu ghazals and all. So if we have time, I will read little bit from the couplets here. The other thing is, friends, now I will ask Jason to please play the recipe video.
Hello everyone and happy Sarsaya Day, and I'm giving a Sarsaya Day special, and I wanted to give it like Sarsaya Day with books and with its tradition and before that I just wanted to tell you that these are my two books, The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace, and The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. These two books were Amazon bestsellers, and if you haven't bought these two books, please go and buy these two books and give me an honest review. And this one was also The Modern Mughal Mentality was also hot number one new release book on Amazon. And so if you haven't bought these two books, please go and buy these two books. And I am Dr. Afshan Hashmi, best-selling author, radio and TV personality. So friends, like I am a vegetarian, and there is always two kinds of biryani in Sir Syed Day. One meat for all those meat lovers and one meat for vegetable lovers like us. And I am giving the biryani recipe from this book, Indian Cuisine Authentic Flavors from the Land of Spice. And here it's this is the back of the book. And I just thought, why don't I tell like what is the menu of Sir Syed Day. It is usually mutton korma and chicken curry and biryani, both mutton biryani or chicken biryani or vegetable biryani. So since I am a vegetable person and I cook this biryani like this. So sabzi biryani or vegetable biryani, and this is the picture of that. And it says Sabzi biryani, vegetable biryani, served 4 to 5 colorful and aromatic. 1.5 pound, 500 gram basmati rice, half cup sunflower oil, 2 large onions sliced, 1 teaspoon ginger paste, 1 teaspoon garlic paste, 8 ounce to 25-gram peeled and finely chopped tomatoes, 1 tablespoon red chili powder, 1 tablespoon ground turmeric, 1 tablespoon ground coriander, 2 cinnamon sticks, 4 black cardamom pods, 1 teaspoon cumin seeds. 1 tablespoon black peppercorns, 1 tablespoon cloves, 4-star anise, 2 bay leaf salts, 9 ounce 250-gram plain Greek style yogurt, now 9 ounce 250-gram potatoes peeled and diced, 6 ounce 150-gram shelled fresh or frozen peas, 6 ounce 150-gram carrots peeled and diced, 4 tablespoon finely chopped cilantro leaves, fried brown onions to garnish. Thoroughly wash the rice in cold running water, then leave to soak in enough water to cover for at least 1 hour. Drain the rice and cook in plenty of boiling salted water until it is 90% cooked. Drain the rice and set aside. Heat the oil in a saucepan, add the onions and fry until golden brown. Add the ginger and garlic paste and cook for 1 minute, then stir in the tomatoes, all the spices, the bay leaf, some salt, and the yogurt. Cook for about 10 minutes or until the oil separates out. Add the potatoes, fresh peas, and carrots with half cup water and cook for 5 to 8 minutes or until the vegetables are tender. If using frozen, add peas when the potatoes and carrots are almost done. Remove from the heat. Spread half the cooked rice over the bottom of a large saucepan. Put the cooked vegetables on this layer of rice and sprinkle with the chopped cilantro. Cover with the remaining rice. Dampen a clean thin dishcloth with water and cover the saucepan. Put the lid tightly on the cloth and set the saucepan on very low heat. You can place the saucepan in a heavy frying pan to further reduce the heat. Cook this for about 30 minutes. Mix the rice gently with the vegetables, then spoon into large flat dish, garnish with fried brown onions and serve. This rustic is so this was the recipe of vegetable biryani and it is from this book, and I usually cook biryani like this. So, and the other recipe is from this book, Made in India Recipes from an Indian Family Kitchen, Meera Sorda. And I'm looking for Shahi Tukra recipe. So, if I get that, then I will also do that. So, it says serves for. So, this is chicken curry. And this is also chicken curry is also served on Sir Syed Day. So now serves for 2 tablespoons ghee or unsalted butter, 1 tablespoon canola oil, 1 teaspoon cumin seeds, 2 1 by 3/4 inch cinnamon sticks, 2 large onions finely chopped, 2.5-inch piece of ginger peeled and grated, 6 cloves of garlic crushed, 2 fresh green chilies for 1 teaspoon chili powder, salt 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons strained tomatoes such as palmy, 2 tablespoons tomato paste, 1.5 teaspoon ground cumin, half tablespoon ground turmeric, 3 tablespoons whole milk yogurt plus extra to serve, 2 pound 3 ounces skinless chicken legs or 1 3/4 pound skinless boneless chicken thighs, 3 tablespoon ground almonds, 1 teaspoon garam masala. Put the ghee and oil into a wide bottom lidded frying pan on a medium heat, and when it's hot add the cumin seeds and cinnamon sticks. Let them infuse in the oil for a minute and then add the onions. Cook for 10 to 12 minutes, stirring occasionally until golden brown. Meanwhile, put the ginger, garlic, and green chilies into a mortar and pestle with a pinch of salt and dash to a coarse paste. Add the paste to the pan and cook gently for 2 minutes, then pour in the strained tomatoes and stir. Cook the strained tomatoes for a few minutes until the mixture resembles a thick paste, then add the tomato paste, ground cumin, turmeric, and half teaspoon of salt or to taste. Mix the yogurt and add it slowly to the curry. Cook it through until it starts to bubble. Then add the chicken, pop the lid on the pan and continue to cook on a gentle heat for around 30 minutes. Add the ground almonds and the garam masala and cook for another 5 minutes. Serve with a towel of chapatis, hot fluffy naan or rice and offer yogurt at the table. So this is the photograph and this is the book and this is the back of the book. So now friends, this is the Sir Syed recipe and I am looking for more recipes of Shahi Tukra, and if I find that then I will also give that and also I will give recipe of chicken biryani from the Mughlai cuisine book I have. Cheers and bye bye.
So, friends, this was a film I went to Barnes and Noble and there I made this film. So please don't mind the background, the noise there, which was beyond my thing. I couldn't, make it quieter because Barnes and Noble shop is a very very busy thing, and that is my second home these days. And having said that, friends, now Jason, can you play the Shahi Tukra or Royal Pudding recipe? Finally, I got it. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Afshan Hashmi, best selling author of two books. And here are those two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And the second one is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. And please go and buy these two books. And these two books were best selling books on Amazon. And also, this Modern Mughal Mentality was a book, this one was also hot number one new release. And this book, the evaluation from Trailfix Company, which I want this book to be made into a movie. So I gave them to evaluate this book because they look for agents and film agents and producers. So and they put it on their website. So they do an independent evaluation, and they did evaluation that my book is has lot of potential of making a movie. And it says that this book is comparable to three blockbuster movies, Carrier, and can be made into Carrier, Outbreak, as well as Contagion, which were all books changed into movies, and they were blockbuster movies. So I am looking for film agents right now and decide which agents to contact. So if any film agent is listening, please contact me. At Afshan at Dr. Afshan Hashmi. And if you want to sponsor this program, then please contact me at Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Having said that, friends, now as I was talking, that I will be giving two special programs on Sir Syed Day, and that is will be Sir Syed Day is celebrated on 17th October, the birthday of the founder of my prestigious alma mater, and it is a big celebration there. And my alma mater is decorated beautifully and then there are chief guests and lot of speeches and competitions and all. But I was looking around, I was searching for a authentic shahi tukra recipe, because I didn't know how to make shahi tukra. And shahi tukra is one of the main, like royal bread pudding in English, is one of the main ingredients served on Sir Syed Day. So I thought, because I'm going to on my forthcoming Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, and Thursday, I will be giving Sir Syed Day program, which I have already advertised. So I am giving this recipe there, and this day will play on that also, or on that day also. So here is this is the book from which I got this. Finally, after doing a whole search of my library, which has millions of books, I have millions of books in my library, and after searching that, I finally got this. And then, I thought I will read this, and it is from the book Jasmine and Jin's Memories and Recipes of My Delhi by Sadia Delvi. I knew Sadia Delvi very, very well, and her recipes are very authentic. And Sadia, if you are listening in heaven, this is a tribute to you, and I love you, Sadia. And Shadia is no more with us today, but if her mother is listening, then I want to say, Auntie, it's very sad that Sadia left for us so early, but these recipes are so good. Today I made shahi tukda with this recipe, and it turned out very good, because today is early morning of uh, Sir Syed Day, October 17th. So I have eaten it. I have given it to my hubby, and he loved it also a lot. And so I just wanted to read this recipe for you. And here is the Shahi Tukra recipe. Shahi Tukra Royal Bread Pudding. 4 bread slices white, 1 liter milk, 1 by 4 tablespoon kyoda, 4 green cardamoms, crushed or powdered, half cup desi ghee, half cup sugar or to taste, few strands of saffron optional, saffron coloring, sliced almonds and pistachios optional, edible silver leaves optional. Slice the bread pieces in the middle into half. You can remove the crust, but it is not necessary. Deep fry the slices to golden brown and keep aside. Add cardamoms to milk and put it to boil. I'd ideally use a wide utensil for the milk, so that when bread slices are added later, They spread nicely. Reduce the milk to almost half so it thickens. Add the sugar to the milk and let it dissolve. Add saffron coloring or saffron to the milk. Now add fried bread slices to the milk and leave on low flame for around 15 to 20 minutes. The bread slices will absorb all the milk. Do not use a spoon and do not cover the utensil as the slices will break. Just turn the utensil around a bit. Add kura just before turning off the flame. So this was the recipe of shahi tukda, and then like they also have zarda flavored rice. Some people in Aligarh they love zarda, so I have also this recipe from there on. And this is the book on Sir Syed Day. So zarda flavored rice, and I also prepared zarda today with this, and it was very very good. So here it is, the recipe. Zarda flavored rice, half kg sela or basmati rice, 8 green cardamoms, 8 cloves, half cup desi ghee, 1.5 to 2 cup sugar or to taste, 1 by 4 teaspoon saffron color powder, 1 tablespoon kyoda, 2 tablespoon curd optional, 250-gram khoya grated or hand crushed, few strands of saffron or saffron coloring optional. For Sarda, the Sela variety of rice is preferred over Basmati as the latter breaks easily. I prefer using the fragrant Basmati. If using Basmati rice, soak the rice for 55 minutes. Sela rice needs to be soaked for 3 to 4 hours prior to cooking. Boil 5 to 6 glasses of water with cloves and 4 crushed cardamoms. Add a little saffron coloring to the water. Add rice to the boiling water. Once the rice is completely cooked, strain it and keep it aside. In another saucepan, heat ghee and the remaining cloves and cardamoms. Let them crackle for a minute or two and add the sugar along with half a cup of water to prepare the chashni sugar syrup. Keep stirring till the sugar dissolves completely and the syrup thickens. You could add a little curd to the syrup as it prevents the rice from turning hard. Now add the rice to the syrup, mix well and cook uncovered on high flame till the syrup has been absorbed and dried. Add khoya to the rice and cook covered on minimum flame for about 10 to 15 minutes. And for khoya here in the Western world, you can use ricotta cheese. That's what I do. Add kyoda to the rice just before switching off the flame, and kyoda and all you can get in the Indian and Pakistani grocery stores. When serving, garnish with murabba, preserved cherries, almond and pistachio slivers. You, if you like, add some fried or roasted almonds and cashews. Silver work placed over zarda gives it the final royal touch. And silver work you can get it in Pakistani and Indian stores here in the Western world and here in America. So this is the recipe, and I will be do this is the book, and I will be doing, as you know, both on coming Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. US Eastern Time on K4 HD Radio, and on the Talk 4 TV, and on uh, Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. US Eastern Time. And you will see this film again there in the program. And I'll be talking about Sir Syed and recipes and what is Sir Syed Day. And I will be celebrating Sir Syed Day. So happy Sir Syed Day, and enjoy and come to these fun loving programs, and you will love it. And this program, as you know, has a viewership of 300 million, and it is syndicated worldwide. So both my programs on W4WN and Talk 4 TV, as well as on K4 HD TV and Talk 4 TV, has a viewership of 300 billion people. And cheers and bye bye. So now I end this broadcast. So this was the recipes. Now I want to talk little bit about anecdotes. So the main thing was that you used to have mutton korma, chicken korma, shahi tukda or royal pudding, or zarda and biryani, and vegetable pulao and mutton pulao and any kind of pulao with meat and seekh kebab, reshmi kebab. So these were the like the Mughal cuisines, and the students used to wait for Sir Syed Day. And now, because of the large population, Sir Syed Day is like done in respective halls. The Sir Syed Day dinner, where all this is served, and the vice chancellor gives a tea at the after the speeches and all at 4 o'clock with the chief guest. And when I was there, only the medal or like whoever used to get medal or anything that was in convocation. Like if you get a medal, you come and socialize with the chief guest. But in Sir Syed Day, there is a high tea in the evening also in Sir Syed house, as far as I remember. But now I don't know how they do it, because there are a lot of students. Even during my days, there were a lot of students. And but when I was young and my grandpa was VC at that point, I remember, like, girls used to dress up like princes and boys used to dress up like prince, and they used to go there. And this was a big hangama, that everybody has to go to Sir Syed Day, and we as children were not allowed to go to Sir Syed Day. So this was like a little memory. My mother and my father would get ready, because they were both teaching in Aligarh Muslim University. And as you know, I am from royal family of Pahetia, and my father and my mother were teaching there, and my father was the founder of biochemistry department and actively involved in administration. And my mother was actively she was teaching at biochemistry at the medical college, the Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College. And both their students are spread around the globe, and so are my maternal grandpa's students are spread around the globe. So there was lot of and some of our cousins and all who were quite old, and they were living in hostels or living at our house. My parents, it was like a hostel also, anybody could come and stay there. So I just wanted to tell you, like in a nutshell, that what was the environment. And you can imagine what was the environment there in Sir Syed Day. And everything was like there was so much excitement, but we were not allowed to go. And when I came to the university in NRC, like I never felt like going. And nor my parents, if I would have said to them that please send me, they would have sent me. But I never felt like going there. And there were all kind of stories around, and all kind of gossip going around. And the gossip column was very, very, like, everybody was talking what happened in Sir Syed Day, how boys, because till BSc, at that point it was not co-ed. And so the girls were only allowed to come out on Sunday, undergraduate girls. So boys were always looking for girls, and they were hopping on their cycles, and looking for which one to marry. Even if a girl would see them, like, it is so much different from here. And in that culture, even if they will go, the girls will be on rickshaw, and they would go and follow. And even if the girl is not looking at you, they would make plans of getting married. So this was like a thing. And most of Algerians, they marry Algerians because they think that they can be compatible. And I also married an Algerian. That's what my thinking was, that the culture is very good. and my sweet hubby, like Mustafa Hashmi. I love him, and he's also an Aligarian, and we have the same kind of taste. So Aligarians have the same kind of taste, basically, and they know we can relate to that culture. So having said that, let me know like your thoughts. We have 5 minutes. We like you let me know your thoughts, that what you like and how it is different from the Western world gathering, or is it same? My question is to my viewers that what do you think in the university? Because here I went to University of Maryland and the Johns Hopkins University, but I came here as a after marriage, so I did not get the chance, to go to bachelor parties and those kind of things, because I was a married person. So so I would love to analyze and be in conversation with some students, that if what they learned from Aligarh Muslim University. Love to hear from my American friends and students and all in Western world. And since this is syndicated worldwide, what culture difference you have in England, for example, in Oxford University and Aligarh Muslim University. What is the difference, or in Johns Hopkins University or Aligarh Muslim University or University of Maryland and Aligarh Muslim University. I would love to hear from some students who are listening, because this is a educational kind of program, and I am your instructor and your teacher, teaching you that, and I can prepare a special presentation on Sir Syed Day and come and present it to various universities if you want. And so, friends, this is all I had to say. And then there was lot of hoopla, the prince and princess are coming. That's what was the nickname, like the nickname for students in Aligarh, female and male students in Aligarh Muslim University. And everyone was like, the fashion was at its the highest scene you would see. Like before, remember I gave the exhibition that what they used to wear. Now here also, there was so much of preparation, like everybody is doing facial. Girls are doing facial and eyebrows and this and that, and shining and body shine and this, and blow dry. And you would see many blow dryers, in the Wahidia hostel and all, in the girls college, that they are going today to Sir Syed the dinner. And there was like a stampede kind of situation there. Everybody is hunting for their wives or their partners or their girlfriends, so that was the culture. Sometimes I think that Aligarh is like a love city. Somebody, one of my friend, Western friend, who hasn't studied in Aligarh Muslim University, after hearing this, she very asked me that do people study there, or is it a love city? Yeah, I would say, like it is a love city, and I can do a program on that also, that it would be fun to see that. So this is all for today, and tomorrow I will be giving another Sir Syed Day part 2 at as previously announced on my Hollywood Radio and Talk 4 TV, and that also had 300 million listeners, and it is syndicated worldwide. So please do come and attend that, and it is from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. US Eastern Time. Having said that, friend, cheers and bye bye.
You have been listening to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show on W4WN Radio, the Women for Women Network. Tune in live right here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email at info@talk4media.com. And remember, if you missed any part of this show or want to hear it again, find our featured show on iHeartRadio, where all past episodes are available on demand 24/7. See you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.